Right now on Up with KREM, students across the country are headed back to the classroom this week. What changes parents and students can expect to see for the upcoming school year?
The Meade School Board is set to meet today as students gear up to head back to the classroom. Nicole Hernandez is live with what more we can expect.
Yeah, that's right. The Meade School Board is meeting at 6 tonight over Zoom, and in just a few minutes I'll explain exactly what's on the agenda for them to talk about.
And as the sun comes up, temperatures are on the rise. We're still in the mid-50s early on this morning, but this is about as cold as we get before 80 later on this afternoon.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, good morning, and look at that sunrise. What a great way to start the work week. It's a little smoky out there, but not too bad. Nothing too crazy out there just yet. I don't mind this weather at all.
Yeah, the colors have been really vibrant this morning too. Look at all that yellow. Well, today's blue skies might not be lasting long though, because haze and smoke could soon return to eastern Washington from the fires in the Cascades. We do say good morning and welcome to Up with KREM. So glad to have you here with us on a Monday morning. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. TGIM, everyone.
Yeah, let's get that going.
Let's get that one going. Now, this morning we want to get a check of our current conditions with Jeremy Legoo. So, Jeremy, what can you tell us about our weather this week?
I can tell you that it's TGIM.
Yeah.
Hey now.
TGIM, everybody. Here we go. We're kicking things off early on this Monday morning. But as Channing and Tim both mentioned, you can see an orange glow on the horizon as the sun rises. That's from some of that wildfire smoke settling down in the lower levels of the atmosphere. We hang on to a bit more smoke today than what we saw the past couple, but let that smoke serve as a stark reminder for you that wildfire season is upon us. We are in the thick of it. Despite recent rain, fire danger remains high. And in fact, today we'll get to just how high here in a second. Up to 50 now in Coeur d'Alene, 45 in Sandpoint, 51 in Moses Lake, and near 60 in both Wenatchee and Spokane. AQI stays at good despite some of that smoky haze in the sky. Likely trends a little toward moderate today. Let the smoke smell remind you that we are still in the realm of high fire danger. Wind gusts up near 20 miles per hour today as relative humidity drops down to 15 to 20%. And with that combination, as well as our warm temperatures, red flag warnings are in place from the Cascades through to Spokane, down into the Palouse, through the Columbia Basin, basically central Washington, and then east and west to either mountains on either side. We have elevated fire risk today because of how dry it is and our lack of moisture. As we move through the day, though, expect temperatures to climb as the cold front passes. It's a dry cold front today, so don't expect even cloud covers. So what we get is some gusty wind and temps topping out in the low 80s later on this afternoon. But tomorrow, temps drop big time because of the front. I'll have the details coming up in the full forecast.
For Gonzaga students, classes begin tomorrow. The university is welcoming the second largest freshman class ever with more than 1,300 students. So these students are also among the school's most diverse. Meanwhile, there are several changes coming to Gonzaga's campus to help prevent COVID among students. The university is requiring all students and staff to be vaccinated against COVID-19 or receive an exemption. Masks must be worn indoors regardless of vaccination status, which is in line with the state mandate. The school says they will not grant students access to campus facilities if they do not provide their vaccination documentation.
And students in Spokane Public Schools will head back to their classrooms this week. Thursday, grades 1st through 12th will start class. Kindergarten students will be split into two groups. Group A will start on September 8th and Group B will start September 9th. Now, everyone will attend together on the 10th. COVID-19 protocols will be in place for all Spokane Public Schools. So that means all students and staff members will be required to wear face coverings while inside school buildings and on the school bus. Face coverings will not be required outside or while eating. Teachers must get vaccinated against COVID-19 per the state vaccine mandate. Students will not be required to get vaccinated as many of them aren't old enough to receive the vaccine just yet. SPS will be holding a webinar tomorrow night with the most up-to-date information about the return to in-person learning. Well, today, Meade School District will hold a board meeting before students get back to campus next week.
Yeah, that's right. So this morning we do have Nicole Hernandez joining us live. And Nicole, these meetings have been a little bit contentious in the past few weeks, and it's drawn huge crowds. What's on the agenda tonight?
Yeah, so the Meade School District Board is actually meeting tonight at 6 o'clock, and they're doing this over Zoom, and there's a lot on the agenda as of right now. So the things that they're planning on talking about already, specifically school budget and fees and student travel as well. The other thing, though, that they are talking about is just public comment. So they're having a spot on the schedule for public comment on things that are not already on the agenda. Earlier this month, members of the Meade School Board wrote a letter to Governor Inslee and the Washington Department of Health to ask for a mask optional learning plan. This came after Inslee's mask and vaccine mandate announcement last week. In the letter, they mentioned they are committed to keeping the impacts of COVID-19 to a minimum. They wrote that clear metrics regarding a mask optional policy would support their efforts of lowering COVID-19 impacts. They say county by county metrics and goals would help make a more specific approach to masks. They said negative community reaction and staffing shortages were some of their concerns about this new mask mandate. So again, that school board meeting is happening tonight at 6 o'clock. And if you're interested in joining that meeting, you can actually text the word Meade to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link with all that information. In Meade, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
The time now is 7:06. It's time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
That's right. Now, over the night, the Spokane Police Department have arrested a man who they said had multiple felonies. Now, the man was violating a domestic violence no contact order violation. The suspect has been identified as 39-year-old William O'Gahan.
Longtime Colfax Fire Chief Jim Kraus died of a heart attack while responding to a wildfire on Saturday afternoon. He was taken to the Whitman Hospital in Colfax, but doctors were unable to revive him. His colleagues and community are remembering the fire chief who served for 40 years.
All of us. Yep. And a huge heart. Generous.
Yep, he'd sit down. I mean, I've been here with Colfax for full-time for like 20 plus years. And if I had a call bug me, I could call him and he'd come in and we'd work it out.
The fire department says they are planning to hold a memorial service for him in the coming weeks.
Well, it's been a hot summer for everyone, especially dairy farms in Idaho. University of Idaho research shows as temperatures rise, a cow's milk production drops both significantly and immediately. Dairy experts say it would not be surprising to see between 8 and 10 pounds of milk per cow per day. For large dairy farms, there could be a loss of up to 100,000 pounds of milk every day.
The Panhandle Health District is reporting a backlog of COVID-19 cases for July and August. The health district says the surge in cases is from a tight labor market and the demobilization of the National Guard. Right now, they are bringing in PhD staff to help eliminate that backlog.
Well, that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. The price of rent is skyrocketing all across our area.
I scroll Facebook almost every day and I see people looking for places that are affordable, and it's like, you're not going to find that in Spokane. You can't even find that over in Idaho.
We're talking to the tenants union about what to do if your rent is on the rise and you can't get a hold of your landlord.